Hello everybody, welcome back to NIOS Made Easy. Today we are doing chapter 2 of painting. This is for the secondary board. The name of the chapter is History and Appreciation of Art from the 7th century AD to the 12th century AD. This video is a continuation from the previous video where we discuss the artifacts and the history around these artifacts. We studied three artifacts, that is Arjuna's penance, Gangavatarana, Krishna supporting the Mount Govardhana, and the Surasundari from Konark. In this video, we discuss the important points from these three artifacts in the form of short points, which will help you to easily recall and revise the chapter. Today, we are seeing the terminal exercise questions from the same chapter, and let's also see the questions that have appeared in the previous year board papers. Let's get started. The first question here is to write about Arjuna's penance. Write in brief about the relief of Arjuna's penance and where is it located. So this Arjuna's penance is a sculpture on two big boulders. It was created during the Pallava period, Pallava's rule, sometime during the 7th century AD. It is 91 feet by 152 feet in size. It is present in Mamallapuram, the current day Mahabalipuram. This is on two big boulders and there is a cleft, that is a small division in between these two boulders. It has life-size human and animal figures. The humans include gods, demigods, sages, etc. And the animals include elephants, monkeys, deer, etc. The elephants are life-size elephants. Towards the end of the sculpture, towards one end, we find a male figure who is sitting in the posture of meditation, which we think is known to be Arjuna. That is the reason this sculpture is called as Arjuna's penance. All these figures carved on this sculpture have been treated with softness and roundness. So this is a question that has also come in the previous year board paper. The next question is to write about the Sun Temple of Konark. As we have kept mentioning in this chapter, Surasundari, that is the sculpture that is available in the Konark temple, is the sculpture we are studying of, that is the artifact. And this is the question that is asked about the Sun Temple of Konark, that is the history behind the Surasundari sculpture and the Sun Temple itself. The Sun Temple is located at Konark. It is on the eastern coast of India near Puri. This is in Orissa. This was built by King Narasimha Deva I of the Ganga dynasty. This temple is famous for its gigantic structures and larger than life size sculptures. So the Surasundari sculpture is also a life size sculpture which measures up to 6.5 feet. The figures in this temple have a broad face and they have a smile on them. All the works in this temple are robust and the sculpture adds to the beauty and the aesthetic value of the temple itself. The temple is in the form of chariots drawn by horses. What are the characteristics of the sculptures in the Konark temple? These sculptures are known for their gigantic structures and larger than life size sculptures. The figures have a broad face and some of the larger images in this temple are of black stone. The sculptures in Konark, they look very similar to the Bengali style sculptures which was found during the Pala period. And the works here are robust and they have a loose plasticity. The next question is about Krishna carrying the Mount Govardhana sculpture which was created during the Harappan period. So this is a short note question where they are asking you to write a brief about this. This is also a question that has come in the exam earlier. So the Krishna carrying Mount Govardhana, this is a sculpture that was created during the Hoysala period. It is 3 feet in height, and this is one of the best examples of the delicate and the intricate Hoysala carving. In this sculpture, Krishna is the central figure. He carrying the Mount Govardhana. The whole incident of he carrying the Mount Govardhana is shown in layers. He is surrounded by people and cattle, and all of them have elaborate jewelries. They are shown to have typical Indian hairstyle, which shows that the artist had a mastery over his skill. Finally, this composition is one of the best examples of the typical Hoysala period style of architecture. The next question is, what are the main characteristics of the Hoysala period architecture? The Hoysala architectures, they show deep carving and undercutting, and one example that can be quoted for a Hoysala period architecture is what we have just studied, that is Krishna carrying the Mount Govardhana. It shows soft rhythms of the body contours. It has delicate and intricate designs. The delicate and intricate designs is one of the features of the Hoysala carvings, and this sculpture is one of the best examples of the Hoysala period style sculpture. Moving on to some short answer questions. So, who built the Sun Temple, and what is the sculpture that's inside it, and what is it shown to be playing? So, the Sun Temple of Konark was built by King Narasimha I. He belonged to the Ganga dynasty, and the sculpture present is Surasundari that we are studying in this chapter, and she is shown to be playing a drum. So, where is the Sun Temple situated? So, the Sun Temple is situated in Konark in Orissa. And again, it was built by King Narasimha I of the Ganga dynasty. Mention 2 centers that flourished during the Pallava dynasty. The 2 centers that flourished during the Pallava dynasty are Mamallapuram, Karande Mahabalipuram, and Kanchipuram. What is the modern name of Dwarasamudra, and in which place can we find the earliest major Hoysala temples? Today's Halebeed is the modern name of Dwarasamudra. We can find some of the earliest major Hoysala temples in Belur. With this, we have completed the terminal exercise questions and the important questions that have come in the previous year board papers. Hope you found this video useful and it helped you in preparing for your exam. Thank you for watching.